G'day trendsetters, I'm here at 2021 Sea Otter Classic in Monterey, California. I've got a really interesting bike here. Suspension on road bikes and gravel bikes is not new. This is a Boulder Cycles Defiant, full suspension road bike, circa about 1993. The front end, you've got the RockShox Rebay SL fork. This was a fork developed by RockShox for use at the Paris Rebay race. And at the back end, you've got a Risse Racing. The boost is right over there. And they rebuild suspension and keep older bikes going. So this bike still functions perfectly. But you might notice the bracing right here on the non-drive side. And you've got pivots and so on down here. Really interesting tech. And you notice it has canty brakes on the rear, and you've got a regular road rim brake on the front. And this bike is one owner. It is owned by the proprietor of Risse Racing. Let's check out the drive side. And here we have the drive side. It has an original 105 8-speed grip set with one of the first versions of the STI shifters. But look at that linkage. Now it is a shock, not elastomers, and it has a lot of clearance. Everyone's always talking about clearance these days. And you notice the bracing around the bottom bracket area to help stiffen the bike a little bit. And this is in the days of English thread, 68mm bottom bracket. These forks had 30mm of travel, and they were fitted up with titanium hardware. They were made with threaded and threadless steerers. This is threaded. And you can adjust the damping and so on with the controls here, etc.
Good morning, I'm Kevin with Risse Racing Technology and RST Suspension, and so we offer rebuild services on all models of forks and shocks, all the way back to older stuff. We brought down some of our vintage collection here. Got some unique bikes. This one's a full suspension road bike from Boulder, has a Perry-Ribot RockShox from back in the day. What's old is new, as RockShox now has some more gravel forks. Got a little Yeti arc. These were dominating the Mammoth Kamikaze back in the day. And people like Jimmy Deaton and Miles Rockwell, Missy Giove rode these when you had a full 3 inches of travel. And then you'd go to the next year and you get the long travel version. And then since we're down here in California, we've got the Santa Cruz Heckler. And on this one, it has our Risse Racing rear shock on it. That's completely serviceable and keep it on the trail. But then on the front fork, since it's a straight 1.1/8" steered fork, we upgraded it to an RST model, and it once again has V brakes, where it's a modern fork with the geometry and sizes to fit older bikes. So we also do full service on like Fox, RockShox, Brain Shocks. Want to keep all the bikes on the trail, and fresh oil, new seals, keep them working good. RisseRacing.com, where we have more information. If you have any questions, send us a picture of any old bikes or suspension. If you have questions on if it's serviceable, we like to keep the bikes all on the trail.